key to a good education is paying attention. You can only imagine in this era the use of social media, the use of cellular devices, and how that can distract that student from getting an education and doing well in schoolwork, such as projects and grades. The key to a successful grade is putting your cellular device in the shade. Little rhyme that I acquired over the years, and that's personally, after failing 2 major tests for a social studies course, which is somewhat common sense to remember dates and events and how that happened, this is the way, as a call to action. Students should never use their cellular devices in class, and this is why. The use of cellular devices has been crazy for far too long, and it has to come to a stop. It makes class discussions more enjoyable and more somewhat successful. Not even successful, but you can understand content more if you just pay attention in class without the use of a phone. Godwin, myself, it had a major blow to my GPA my freshman year. At the end of the spring semester, I had a 2.4, which is still a C, but some way I can do better. Failing 2 biology quizzes really made me pipe down and put my phone on airplane mode. But when I did that, I saw improvements in my grade, more than 40%. The first quiz I made a 30, and the next quiz I made a 98, so that itself is somewhat stellar and positive as well. Why the audience needs to know this is that being on a cellular device can further delay students from graduation or even learning lecture material. And the thesis statement for this course is, due to increased amount of students dropping courses, students should be fully engaged in lecture material without being distracted by potential cellular devices. The first point is the need of change, which is the personal narrative. I flunked my quiz due to being on my device, and that's not good. Scrolling through Twitter or Instagram or snapping a friend or shopping can wait until the end of the course or until your lunch period, not during instruction. These professors can really get fed up and even kick you out of class for being on your phone and being disruptive. Not only are you a disruption to yourself, but you're a disruption to other students who are trying to take in the information and learn rather than engaging in social media and scrolling through your phone and just taking pictures or being bored. Whatever the case may be, you need to pay attention. Now that that's out the way, this distraught situation transfers into the plan. Have a camera in the lecture halls. When these lectures are going, have a TA at each opposite side of the lecture hall, whether it be to your right or to your left or in the front, gauging students, watching students, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do, taking notes and engaging with the professor and just enjoying the course. According to the New York Times, 42% of students dropped a course in the fall of 2017, which was published on November 27, 2017. Now, this correlates back to myself as the personal narrative. You won't get class material unless you pay attention. There's no way around it. With that being said, I'm going to transition into the third point, which is the plan. In the famous words of Isaac Newton, the famous scientist in the late 1800s, early 1900s, within the physics realm, his third law states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Now, this plan is to potentially suffer or discover the consequences of having your phone out. Back to the New York Times, if you have your phone out, there's potential that you can get kicked out of lecture. I've seen it. I've witnessed it with my own eyes. Students getting kicked out of lecture saying, the professor saying, hey, go down the hall. It's not like high school. If If you get kicked out, you get kicked out and you have to learn that material on your own. And the other con is a failing grade. It happens to all of us. I understand that maybe lecture hours or credits or maybe a bad professor can fail the grade, but that take is on you to study the material, review every night, go over missed problems, and see what you can do to do better. Not relying on your phone to get answers or hopefully recording yourself to get answers or, shuffling a buddy to get answers while you take the test or pulling out your phone on Google on test day. It doesn't work like that. Like I said before, the thesis is due to the increased amount of students dropping a course. Students should be fully engaged in lecture material without being distracted by a personal cellular device, whether that be a laptop, an iPad, a cell phone, a beeper, anything. Take this advice. Now don't even take the advice. Be more cautious in your decisions. Think about the cause and effect. The cause of being on your phone can affect your grade, your GPA, your life, your college career. Thank you.